Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, welcome back. We're recording a normal-ass episode, but we're trying to do something with the cameras, and it's weird.
It's super weird.
That's what we do. We make things weird.
Hang out with us. Let us figure out what's going on.
But this week, we're talking about a movie that you can't really find, but I wanted to make everybody watch it with me. And according to IMDb user Udar55, this is the best film about Satanists versus Confederate ghosts ever. I'm Derrick.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
And this is Bad Movies,
Worse People. So, Whitney, do you like how we got done doing the Derrick classics? And I know this isn't a Derrick classic, but like he found a way to slip these weird fucking these could be torture movies.
They are torture movies.
But
Dude,
this torture movie has a lot of tits.
And I will say up front, yes, this movie is shot on video, so it doesn't look good.
It's
I
so
have
grainy.
a small collection of shot on video movies, and this is by far one of the best acted and produced ones.
You're not
Whoa.
wrong. I've seen some of them with you.
That is saying something. Dude, the best part of, all right, so we're wrapping up Arizona week, right?
Yeah.
We're
Arizona month.
We're thrust into Arizona month.
Yes.
And what I've liked about these movies is going back and watching Tucson that's old. I almost said old Tucson, but that's different. You can't do it with this one. You can't fucking see anything.
They fly by so fast. I think we saw TDs. I'm almost positive that was
the
We
night
TDs.
saw
driving-
some DDs. We definitely saw some DDs.
The night driving scenes on the road are so out of focus too.
Yeah.
Guitar, etc. I recognize because the sign is lit. That's the only reason.
Well, let me say what we're talking about. We're
They know
talking
what we're
about
talking
death
about.
magic. They know what we're talking. I guess they
Yeah,
clicked the video.
they
It's like
clicked the
nobody knows
video.
this.
No, it's a household
They
name
know
from 91.
92.
Sorry. Sorry to besmirch the good
Everybody
name of
knows the Domino Theater
Death's
from
Hand.
Death Magic from 1992, and I assumed going into this, and I was wrong, that you'd be able to find this at least on YouTube or Tubi, because these kind of movies are usually available in one of those places.
Sure.
Nope. So if you want to watch this,
Come over.
you can come over here and watch it, or you can buy it from Culture Shock Releasing like I did, but you're going to pay more than I paid because right now it's $28.
Jesus.
Oh, that's the
Flippin'.
price that they pay me to watch it?
Yeah, no, that's the price you pay them to watch it.
No. It's
Plus
not.
shipping.
It's not.
So there's been
$28.
in the last, I don't know, how long ago did you buy this?
Last year sometime.
Okay, so 6 months ago, the little YouTube trailer thingy or whatever has 361 views. And it's like,
Oh, the trailer for this?
yeah, it's just in the last 6 months. And
Oh.
so something is like making it more popular.
Well, I mean, so it's put out by Culture Shock Releasing, but when I got it, it was when Vinegar Syndrome had them as a partner label. So people
right.
have heard of it. So people are looking at it and going, maybe I should buy this,
Especially
and looking
if you
up the trailer.
want these shot on
Oh,
fucking
it's a terrible trailer.
stepdad's VHS.
It's not even a trailer. It's like Domino Theater.
There is
presents.
one more shot on video. Like I said, I have a small collection, but there's one more that I think you guys should watch. Maybe we don't do an episode. Maybe we do. Watch it and find out. It's called At Dawn They Sleep. And it's these guys who clearly watched Lost Boys a lot and decided to make their own vampire movie. And it is so fucking stupid. But in this movie that, from what I could find, cost $500, they basically built like a house without a roof, like because they shoot the inside of the house. You can tell at one point there's no roof on it. They just put up 4 walls, drove a fucking car through it. They flip over a car. There's a guy laying on a table with like a black sheet over it and a fog machine in his face, so it looks like he's flying. So
I mean,
we'll
I'd
have to
watch
watch
that.
that one too.
And is that shot on video though?
It is.
All right. That's my beef.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch, it,
This
especially
movie,
on our
this
TV.
movie could have been more enjoyable.
Well, these are upscaled to high definition, but they're still shot on video, so they're never going to get clearer. It doesn't matter if you watch it small, large. This isn't like when we watch Cop Rock and it looks all digitized because we're taking a shitty image and making it bigger.
Mm-hmm.
They made this shitty image to play on a big screen, like the company who released it, but it's
Can't
just
get
not
any
gonna,
shittier.
It's not going to. It's not going to look any better.
Yeah.
Alright.
There's nothing you can do when it was shot on a Casio fucking big shoulder video camera.
Just tape over the bar mitzvah. It's fine.
But
We're making
this
a movie, Sharon.
This movie is directed by a director
Mhm.
named Paul Clinco, whose only other movie credit is something called Sweet Love and Deadly from 2008.
Oh, wow.
And according to his Facebook page, because I
Find
found
it
him on
real
Facebook,
quick.
he is a hypnotherapist for some place. I don't remember the name of the place. And he's still the president of the Domino Theater
So
since 1963.
For whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
I'm thinking the Domino Theater is maybe his LLC or something like that, or just
It's
like his
just the name
production
he-
company.
It's the card he hands to young ladies he wants to get topless.
There you go. Cracked it.
Welcome to my casting
Cracked
couch.
it. Yeah, I mean, it's a trick we've seen 1,000 times.
And I bet
At
you
least
money,
I have this month.
I bet you money Sweet Love and Deadly has boobs in it.
Oh, I put the amount of boobs in this movie. No complaints, but there's a
I
lot
think
of boobs.
I mean, I had one
Every
complaint.
single
Not enough
female
boobs?
character, every female character in this movie, aside from the police lieutenant
Thank
and the Mrs. Quimby, has their boobs out. I mean,
I
Mrs.
mean,
Quimby
Quimby
does
has
have
her
them out.
boobs
Quimby's
out.
are close
But-
to being all the way. We were talking about nerps.
Yeah, full
Yeah.
full
Full
nerpitude.
nerps. Quimby's nerps are holding that dress on.
I think she taped it.
Oh yeah,
But so this
somebody
was also
taped it.
this was also
It
written
was
by
just covered by blood.
this was also written by Paul Clinco and someone named Mark A.W. Smith, who has no other credits. So
I don't trust them.
It's
Two
his
initials.
alias.
yeah, I think a lot of these people are aliases because I was trying to look up some of these actors and actresses like on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
I could find. I think I found 2 or 3.
So if you know anybody that's worked on this,
Yeah, dude.
ask
write
them
us,
stories and email us, or have them email us.
Yeah.
please.
One of
Be a
them.
special
One of them.
guest.
Her name was Elizabeth Jane. I was like, that's a pseudonym.
Uh huh.
What would your pseudonym be?
Paul Longcock.
Oh, we're that kind of film. Got it. And your
Wait, what are you
pseudonym?
using a pseudonym for? If it's
Jasper
not.
Balboa.
I'll
Or
take that.
Rudiger Jenkins.
I was gonna say, what was the one that was your screen name?
Rudiger. Oh, Satchmo Vel Johnson.
Ah. You're
have a
you're
lot.
like fucking Jude Law over there.
Rudiger Jenkins. How many names does he have? Mortimer Cockensticks.
Damn. All right.
All right. Paul Longcock was the best I could come up with on the fly.
Oh.
I'm
Well,
not.
some of
Jack,
these
though.
aren't on the fly. These are names I have. These are legit aliases.
I've got passports.
I'm actually going over to Jasper Balboa's house tonight to sleep one off.
That's where I take girls I pick up at the strip club. I don't
Yep.
want them to know where I live.
No. We take that to Mortimer Cockenstick's studio apartment. He's got a clean, simple life. Full of prostitutes.
But so, I wanted to do something new that I haven't done before.
I
I
keep
told
my
you about
pants
the other
on?
day. Keep my pants on?
Can
no.
I keep my pants on?
Oh, you can. Mine won't. You can.
I don't like this new thing. Starting
No.
to end up a lot like Catholic school.
It might be a little late, but for new listeners, I just want to tell them what the show is in case people are stumbling upon us.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's called Bad Movies, Worst People, but we don't get mad if you see a movie as you're scrolling through that you love, because what we're doing is watching movies that may be considered bad for one reason or another. Either they're failures, or they're
Terrible.
big budget pieces of trash, or they're just whatever the reason may be.
Michael
we
Bay
watch
did it.
Michael Bay did it. We watch it, and then we decide whether or not we think it's bad and if we recommend it.
Yeah.
And even if it's bad, it doesn't mean we don't like it.
Yeah,
Like, we got a lot of shit for putting on Strange Brew, and it's like, dude, Strange Brew is barely a movie.
yeah.
Fucking 5
Barely.
stars. I loved it.
I mean, there's Blind Fury, Stone Cold, a couple
Yeah.
that are in our intro thing there.
For some
they're
god
not good
awful reason, you guys love Miami Connection.
because it's wonderful.
There's a lot of reasons I love Miami Connection. The acting is everyone putting their heart out there.
You guys loving it so much makes me want to love it. I still can't get behind
Oh,
it.
it's like that. It's like when your friend's dating a shitty person. And you're like, God, I love you so much, but your fucking partner is trash.
Hate your friends.
I've tried so hard. She keeps throwing up in my fucking bed.
It's
Ooh.
because we love it because we're friends forever. We'll be together through thick and thin. All right.
Oh, apparently you don't want to help me find my father.
You know why else I like it? Because I'm a tough guy.
That movie's got nerves, dude.
Yeah, it does. Clacking ones.
Big old clackers, big meaty clackers hanging off me lady's chest.
What? How did I miss boobs?
Because you weren't paying
Ah.
attention. It's during the biker scene.
You gave up on it too early.
There's about 12
You moved too soon.
pairs. There's 12 individual breasts.
So 6 pairs?
Yeah.
So this movie is about a Confederate ghost. Well, actually, he's not
No,
Confederate.
I was
He's
going to say
Union,
that like point of order. He's
Yeah.
Union.
which I remembered it being Confederate, probably because he's talking like he's from the South.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a cut plot line that he was a Confederate soldier. He defected to the North just so he could get in there like Hydra and kind of, use it to kill Native American populations and American soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
He's a-
hailing Hydra.
He's a very early hailing Hydra.
Oh, speaking of hailing, I saw that video you were talking about
Oh, yeah.
of Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a
Oh,
Heil
I
Hitler.
didn't
I
see
don't give a
it.
fuck about your politics. That dude is fucking. He does it twice, I think. He does the.
He does it
Sieg
to the
Heil.
crowd, and then he does it to the American flag, and then he's like, "I'm putting my heart out to you."
Yeah, it's so
Mhm,
fucking.
That's what you're doing. He slaps his chest and then puts his arm out, which I'm not gonna do.
Yep. Thank you, Derrick.
I was like, you're on camera.
But yeah, it's easy enough to find, and it's just terrible.
But so this movie starts. There's two plot lines going on at the beginning, so we'll just go through one and then the other because it's very important.
Yeah, dude, do this movie some fucking justice, please.
So let's start with the Colonel.
Yeah, so we start. It's the Wild West. It's definitely not modern day.
There's definitely not an air conditioning unit on the top of this house.
Out of the house behind them.
There's definitely not somebody ripping through with their fucking little Yamaha. Like you don't see it. But you hear noises in the background. Just
Oh,
like,
you
ding, ding,
see
ding, 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 ding.
You see a plainclothes person running between the what we have as trees out here.
Just somebody, what the fuck are they filming over there?
You can't really hide
they
behind
making-
creosote and Palo Verde.
There's a Civil War reenactment happening over
They're
there.
making Civil War porn.
Hey Sharon, did you rent out the backyard again?
All right, Shorzy, calm down.
Hey Sharon, give your balls a tug, you tit fucker.
But we have Major Parker, who is apparently a Union Colonel Major. I just said Major. And basically, his soldiers are like, "Hey, it's lunchtime. We're out of water. Can we go home?"
No.
And he's like, "Not yet. Not till we kill all them engines."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out,
That was a transformer exploding.
yeah.
Yep.
That was somebody running into a fucking transformer.
After a minor interruption, we're back with this podcast. So we are not doing video for this episode because, as I said, a burial ground of some sort, a transformer exploded, and I don't mean a Michael Bay one. Somebody
Autobots, fuck that podcast up.
somebody exploded a transformer.
I
So
sneezed and I got all these boogers in my beard. Can you take off the camera?
so we are sans video,
Yeah.
sans internet. So
Sorry, Drew.
we tried.
We were trying.
We'll try again in the future with a better setup anyway. So we find out that the Native Americans that he wants to kill are Papagos who are peaceful, not the Apaches that they are supposed to be fighting. And he says, "I don't give a fuck."
Kill them all.
In fact, I do not care. Where on this order did you find that I had a heart?
They have brown skin.
Yeah,
Shoot
that'll
'em.
work for me. Okay.
Shoot 'em
carry
all.
on.
And
They're
This-
children. They're just little brown people. Kill
Yep.
them all.
and this lieutenant tries to stop him, and he murders him. And this is where we get the first inkling that somebody on this movie gave a shit about blood,
Yes.
Oh, true.
because it squirts out of this dude when he gets shot.
Squat.
Exactly that.
Squat. 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 Squat.
Square.
One final death. Squat. Previous episode, Supergirl.
And then we cut forward to what we presume is the end of his trial, because It's this guy that kind of looks like Blue from Old School,
Yep.
saying,
Mixed
"May
with
God have
Abraham
mercy
Lincoln.
on your soul."
Mixed with Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, but I was just like, it's a young my boy Blue.
It's just a drunk Abraham Lincoln, man. Drinking Lincoln.
I mean, who isn't?
4 whores and 7 beers ago, I decided to call you guilty. I don't have a good Abraham Lincoln because we don't have him recorded. No one knows what he
Do we
sounded
not?
like.
No, it was before that. Supposedly, he had a high-pitched voice.
4 scores and 7 years ago. Oh, hey, give your balls a tug over there in the Confederate States.
I thought you were about to go Mickey Mouse.
4 score. Hey, set my people free. Oh, that's Moses.
Oh, it could never be Mickey Mouse, though.
Because he's...
He wouldn't. Mickey Mouse wouldn't be setting people free.
No, God, no.
No.
How do we get him to work for us? What's this slavery thing like?
You'll love it.
Oh, you're going to thank us for it, too.
Look,
In the movie.
I saw a movie once called Song of the South, and it says that they love it.
I get a
I made
house
that
and
movie.
everything.
So we hard cut to some man boobs, and it turns out it's not just man boobs. This dude is buck ass naked
Yeah, he is.
in the middle of the desert, summoning fire and summoning a girl who's already alive? Question mark.
Yeah.
So it is.
It's sex magic.
It is sex magic.
Okay.
It was her leaving Donald and joining him.
Okay, but he summons her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
doesn't
she
like.
appears out of the fire.
She comes towards the fire. I don't know. It's
Well, I think
her
that was the
choosing.
actor.
Something dark side. But
Got it.
basically, they did have sex
Magic
by way of...
force.
It's kind of like in Demolition Man. It's just that it's magic instead of the ring and the...
Little VR helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's that.
Fair.
Dude, I think this guy's repping Tucson excellently, by the way. Buck naked,
Yeah.
burning something in the desert with a sword, chanting about women. This is a good time for Tucson.
Yeah.
Doing Satan stuff.
Doing Satan stuff. Yeah.
She comes to me.
So we meet the naked lady, who's Marissa, and the first naked lady. Excuse me.
Yeah. It's the naked lady current.
And
Mhm.
this guy is Powell Davidson. Which is a stupid name.
I'm very
I'm
pretentious.
not Mr. Powell.
Powell.
We go to his meth apartment where he's hanging out with some meth friends.
Pretty certain this was ScumQuest, also known
Wait,
as
ScumQuest?
SunQuest. SunQuest on Pantano.
She said scum.
I did say
ScumQuest,
ScumQuest. What
okay.
did you guys call it?
Spunquest.
SpunQuest.
Nice. The Bleeps had an apartment there,
Yeah.
and I can
So did
agree with what you're saying.
so did former host Patrick, or former co-host Patrick.
Yeah.
We did a lot of drugs in that apartment.
My sister.
Not meth.
The hierarchy of the fucking drugs.
We were on the upstairs. Upstairs people don't do meth.
Downstairs people got
That's
a
a lie.
bolt.
But he's looking through some books and doing something on tip-tapping on his computer, and just the lines that these people say with a straight face. The equinox is under the conjunction of Saturn and Mars. It'll
So-
work.
It's this shit the rest of the movie all the time. You mean to tell me that you didn't place Abeloth's claw by the fang of Eridoran?
Right?
Why would you do something so ridiculously preposterous?
I taught you that your first year.
He really carved his name in the marble of the astral plane.
Oh, by no gall's pigtails.
I
I was going to say panty tails, and I was like, that's not right.
It's just ridiculous, dude. And like, you can just write whatever you want when you're speaking gobbledygook.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. This is also,
By Grabthar's hammer.
I mean, this is the tail end, but this is some satanic panic era shit.
Yeah.
You know, this is post Reagan, but this is the end of Bush 1.
Fast forwarding a bunch of characters, like, can you imagine the headlines? Like, what's going to happen when they find our magic stuff and blood everywhere?
Yeah.
Isn't
exactly.
this Clinton's reign? 92?
Well, that's when he became president. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, the end of Bush
Yeah.
1. So the tail end of the satanic panic.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like, too, he's like talking to Marissa, and he's like, what, would you rather be with Donald Graham than me? Who Donald Graham, we find out, is fake Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee doing a Vincent Price.
Yes.
Yeah. But this is another great Miami Connection delivery. She's like, no, I'm with you, Powell. Really? And then it's like, cut to him,
Long, hard pause.
cut to her, cut to him, cut to her.
Really? As she slowly smokes her cigarette.
Oh, so
Marcy.
stupid. We cut to a Pima County mine that's been condemned or something, and they're in there doing a satanic ritual to summon Aaron Parker, I don't know why they chose this guy. I guess he just knew he died nearby.
Yeah,
he is totally well versed on all things Western civilization. Not Western
Oh,
civilization.
I think he said Wild West history.
Yeah,
which
the
I don't
Wild
think is a
West
thing.
history. He knows everything about the Wild West history. He has gone through every book.
I mean, he knows lineages.
Yeah.
Get a
mean,
life.
I studied it for years.
Get a life. I've read every.
Studied it for hours.
Oh yeah, he said he read every book. Wait, 2. It's a really bad delivery. Did you catch it?
Yeah.
Someone's like, "Do you know everything?" He's like, "Yeah, I pretty much read every book." 2 books. I read 2 books. Like I think it was
Every
supposed to
book
be
he
like the
owns.
audience, like, "Oh, he's up to something," but they didn't do it well.
No, they didn't.
Especially when you have this bad a delivery. And
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, like with the home video stuff or whatever you call it. It's usually not good at all, and these guys are at least trying.
So I have a question. Did anybody? It may have been a Lamas effect for me. They got better, not excellent, but they did get better with deliveries.
That's not a Lamas effect. Lamas effect is everybody else is so bad that it elevates one person.
Okay.
This is almost like we have to find a
Stockholm?
word for, but like a Stockholm. We have to find a cinematic term
Okay.
for
Or
it.
they did get a little bit better
Like,
because they
did
probably
they
shot this
that
in order.
first? Oh, okay. Why
Mm.
shoot things in order?
Because you're shooting on video, it's to edit.
Oh.
You'd have to get you have to get multiple VCRs and like
And
record back and
splice.
forth.
and you're
You
losing
can't-
quality.
Yeah, you can't
Okay.
sit there and like.
Oh, that's
it's
why,
not
like,
like
this-
film where you can put it up to the light and see the images and.
That's
do
why the
whatever.
sound just
Oh.
drops out inexplicably because they don't we don't have another take.
Yeah,
We're just not using that dialogue.
yeah, but
Interesting.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And you're welcome, audience.
Major Parker appears and stabs who I have written here as Booby Girl number 2
Allison.
Oh, yeah.
or Allison, something like that. The
It's
blonde girl.
Alice,
It doesn't
'cause
matter
was
because she's
Adam
dead.
and Alice.
But so he kills her, and then Tweaker Adam comes up and he's like, "You go back to the hell you came from." And he-
Yuma.
what?
Yuma.
Yuma's hell.
That's the hell he came from. You go back to the hell you came from. Yuma.
That laugh should have been fucking filmed.
And then he is also dead. So
Oh, he's going to Yuma.
he gets his throat cut. Oh, and this is another good one. It just spurts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
'cause doesn't
Everywhere.
she get gutted?
Yeah,
Or-
no,
She
or-
gets
or
stabbed.
Stabbed,
Stabbed.
rather. Fun blood.
And it's good too. They have the knife like this.
It's like they have 2
Rapier.
knives, one long, one cut in
This
half.
is a cutlass.
I was thinking they had like because the stomach looks
shaver.
weird, so I was thinking they had like a fake torso thing they were stabbing into, like in Laughing Dead that we also
Yeah.
did for Arizona Month last year. So like they were actually stabbing, but it was like a rubber torso.
Boobs in that
Yeah.
one, too.
Yeah, rubber boobs.
Made in Arizona. made
Great
with
rubber
boobies.
boobs.
But Powell tries to command this fucking ghost man, and he just laughs in his face and disappears.
There's a funny man down there who told me I had to do his bidding. I thought that was funny.
I don't listen to anyone but General Lee. I mean,
Oh, Jefferson Davis. Oh, no, not him either. Stonewall Jackson? Is that a fella I should be? No, not him.
I don't know, you're the history guy. Keep
I don't
going.
know. And I know these names. I'm just like, they were Confederates, though, right?
Pike, General, it was Edward Pike, I believe, is the man I should be rooting for.
Is he a bad guy too?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I knew all the other names. I don't know that one.
I really just need to start watching some history documentaries.
Take some mushrooms and come on over.
Documentaries. All right.
I
Well,
watched.
I'll come over and then I'll take mushrooms.
I watched a bunch of history, like documentary stuff, when I was younger, but then I got rid of TV.
Yeah.
So,
Also,
Uh,
the History Channel stopped
you know, it's a
showing
fun-
well, the History Channel
documentaries.
became Pawn Stars and Ancient Aliens. so-
Yeah.
If it wasn't Hitler on the backside of the moon riding a dinosaur, aliens, dude. Gettysburg with Tom Berenger, really good watch.
Okay.
That's the like mid 2000s.
I feel like it's earlier than that.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie.
I think
then.
it's in the 90s. I'd say like 95. Either way, we'll figure it out.
So they jump back into their Volvo station wagon and they shove
Why didn't
Jane.
it be a Volkswagen Type 3? Sorry.
They shove this other girl Jane in the back with the 2 dead bodies, and they're both leaning on her like it's Wayne's World.
Yeah. If you're going to spew. Oh, no, you're dead. Oh, shit.
She's got her arms around them, though, like holding onto them, and their dead heads are resting on her
I
boobs.
kind of just wanted to be like, hey, if we see a cop play it cool, she got her.
Just
Sorry, they partied real hard last this night, officer.
Is that blood?
yeah.
No, sir. No,
No,
it's
vomited fruit punch.
Yes.
We were drinking fruit punch out of oil cans.
Yep.
And
With
watching
the
this
gas
guy
spout.
with a dick nose eat a hot dog, and we vomited all that fruit punch right out.
see next week's episode.
Ah,
But-
damn it.
but I was waiting for obviously they couldn't afford it, but like a knockoff Queen to kick in here.
Mm-hmm.
Like Scaramouche, can you do the fandango?
What year is Wayne's World?
91.
92? Every movie came out in 92. We know this about me.
we,
so.
we know that from Derrick.
But I'm almost 100% positive it was 92. I'm incredibly confident in myself.
And what year is this?
Wayne's
92.
World. Wayne's World.
They ain't parodying. They ain't.
1992.
Finally, he's right.
See, every movie came out in 92.
When did Wayne's World 2 come out?
97.
6.
1993.
Really?
Ooh, damn.
Wow.
The next year.
Turn that around.
All
Yeah.
right.
But they take their friends' dead bodies and leave them in an alley naked. And they do some good dead body work.
Yeah, they
They
do.
do some good, like, falling over.
I mean, the acting is bad, but everybody's trying. And some of these little gags are pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I saw in someone's Letterboxd review, and I agree. Is like they gave it 1.5 stars, but it was something along the lines of like, you can tell that these people really wanted to make what they were trying to make, and God bless them for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They cared about the acting, and it shows.
Acting.
But so they have a little discussion about how they have to try to banish him, and they should go ask Donald. And Powell's like, "Hey, what ask Donald? I'm
Yeah.
like him. He's a meanie.
I can
You
do
gonna
this on my
leave me-
own.
You mean good, Donald?
Fucked a girlfriend with magic.
My magic penis penetrated her.
She said it was all magic. She played my magic 8 balls.
Pen-
Then she touched my wand. My wand went off a little early, but then I was ready like an hour later.
She swallowed and said I tasted brilliant.
I don't know what
You
it has to do with
cut that one.
magic." I said Vinny Vidi pineapple, and
Leviosa.
hey guys, I don't want to sound needy here.
I'm
or anything,
needy.
but we have a Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople.
Mm-hmm.
And it only costs $3 a month.
$3 a month is nothing.
And I know times are hard right now.
Real hard for me.
Inflation's up.
No.
You can't afford your groceries,
Can't eat.
but you can afford $3 a month if you love us.
Give us $3.
Super love us.
Please
Yeah.
love us.
We're not begging.
I'm begging.
We're not pleading.
I'm pleading.
We're not down on our knees.
Oh boy,
I mean-
my knees hurt. They've been on so long.
But we do kind of need the money.
I need the money bad.
We need new equipment.
New equipment. We need to do remote podcasts for all of you.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need to have video.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need more drinks.
Food sounds good.
So please check out patreon.com/worstpeople.
Please check us out.
You get a bonus episode every month, and we're going to have more content coming for you.
I'll send you pictures.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Please give me more.
Patreon.com/worstpeople.
I'm being held hostage here. If I don't pay my way out of here, they're going to kill me.
But then we go to these newlyweds who are
Having the worst sex ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is some soaking.
This
Yes.
is.
Well,
I didn't
his
know we had
belly
Arizona
button
Mormons.
is laying on top of her vagina.
Yeah. Well, how do you do it?
It's like they're
He's got a thick outie.
they're both together like that, but only his shoulders, like his upper half, is moving. I'm like, that's not how sex works, dude.
Well, we're not gonna king shame here. Just put it in me and move your shoulders like real fast. Yeah.
Oh,
That's barely
fuck.
tickling, and I like it.
And we get boobies number 3?
3.
2, 3. Definitely 3.
Three.
Mhm.
Boobies number 3.
Marissa, Alice,
Son.
Alice's son.
Oh.
and then this newlywed little woman.
we're not
and-
counting male
Oh,
boobs, by the way.
We need to be married forever.
Because you're
That's-
so good in bed.
This is their pillow talk.
I'm good, right? I'm good, right? Right? I'm good, right?
You love it, right?
You know that one?
It's from Zoo Head
Yeah?
Tammy and the T-Rex.
Yeah, you got there. I can see the Whitney wheels working.
Zoo, head. But so he appears, Major Parker does, and he's like, Corporal McGuire, I always pay my debts.
Except
So-
to that sideways sauce buster that skipped on the pepperoni that one year that I ordered that pizza. Will not pay him.
30 minutes or less, young man.
You came at 31.
So I'm so sorry.
31 minutes, dude.
My hand-wound timepiece told me you were late.
But so he stabs these two while they're fucking, and they're doing a stab and squirm here, which is what they were trying to do before.
Yeah.
This looks more like having sex than what they
Yeah,
were
it
doing.
did.
Oh, it made me a couple of sex kebabs off of these people here.
I was just going to say that.
Sex kebab?
Yes.
Trademarked.
Threw his back into her stomach.
And then again, just a bucket
Talk
of
about
blood.
porking.
Oh, so much
Yeah. Oh,
juicy
yeah.
blood.
Juicy blood's not the right term, you vampire. Concerned.
But so from this, we are to deduce that he is killing the people that are responsible for his death, or the descendants
Yeah.
of. But he
Even
doesn't
though-
know that. He seems, in one line, he knows it's been 120 years. In another
Uh-huh.
line, he's like, nope, you're definitely the dude who fucked me over.
Or
So,
for the smoking hot chick we have coming up, he's like, you're the daughter of.
yeah.
So, like you just said, it's 3 different timelines now. He knows it's been 100+ years. He's ordered a pizza. He knows how to do that. At least in my mind. Yeah, he's all over the map.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm wondering if they would have had Christopher, not Lee. No, what should we call him?
Christopher Price.
Christopher
Yeah.
Price?
That's right.
Okay.
It's magic time.
Or Vincent Lee.
Vincent Lee.
Vincent
Mm.
Lee.
It sounds like an adjective. I walked in the room very Vincently.
Exactly. So Vincent Lee should have played the original Graham, and then that would have made sense as to why he kept calling
That
it
would have
him.
been great.
Yeah,
Honestly,
or all the victims.
Look at me punching
that
shit
would've
up.
been- Yeah, that would have been fun because then we, as the audience, would have been like, "Oh yeah, look at that."
Look at that. It's a descendant.
So they go meet up with Donald, who's very disappointed in Powell. He's like, even Alistair Crowley never touched a clavicle after the Moroccan fiasco.
Oh, we
Come
d-
again.
Adam, at the very beginning, when Adam and Allison walk into the apartment, he's like, look at me. I look like Alistair Crowley.
Yeah, he's got this fucking neo-Nazi shaved head look. Later, he puts a bandana on. I'm like, this guy's so fucking Tucson.
It was more
There's
like
no
an
chance he
Egyptian
doesn't-
headdress.
No, he had a bandana before that.
Oh, okay.
Like just on the way there, before they played dress up, he has just a fucking like red bandana.
Did you have a Levinsky
tied up?
flashback?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's right, Tyler.
But like, yeah, he's chastising them for leaving behind the magic symbols with the blood, like we talked about earlier. So he's like, gather your magical tools and come with me to the mystery machine.
Do the spell of Hymenoptera. I can't remember the actual god's name that I said. He's like, he tells them to do some fucking spell and then come bring their tools back.
Yeah,
Go cast a flippadoodle.
Yep. Protect your
Jack,
magical weapons.
Your bong's not a magical tool, man. Don't bless it.
I'm pretty
Don't
sure it is.
Stop putting it in the pile with the rest of this. You see this? This is the fucking tooth of Fangora.
Yeah.
You got a fucking
Bless my
graphics
bong.
plastic bong right next to it.
So we have a news report where we meet Lieutenant Alvarez, an older lady who I did find on Facebook, but I think she's private, so I couldn't see if she was still alive or not.
I know. We wanted to ask her if she wanted
She
to.
definitely got demoted because she's a lieutenant here.
Because the only thing on her Facebook page was a cover
private,
photo.
I get it.
She had a cover photo and a profile photo that were both put up in 2013. So
But she
Who
could have
knows?
passed.
If she
Could've.
passed, rest in pictures.
Definitely
Yes.
rest in pictures. You did.
Because she's
what-
been in more movies than I have.
yeah,
Same, and you did great.
less movies than I have, but more movies that people have seen. I was in like 5, but nobody
Porns.
saw any of them.
No,
Five porns?
he's been in. He's,
No, when I was in
I
film
know,
school.
I know.
he actually has.
I've been
the
in more than
credits to
5
talk shit.
porns.
I have
Oh.
2 episodes of a web.
I've only been in 2.
I have we have 2 episodes of a web series that Nikon and Bleep made,
Yeah,
and a couple others that myself and Kendra acted in, and a bunch of people.
I want to see.
I got to figure out how to find it.
Just call Nikon.
If nobody has it, it's probably on the Internet Archive.
No, it's
somewhere.
on YouTube. I just got to remember which channel has it.
Oh, okay.
Call Nikon.
So
I think it was Martin Van Buren Sensation. I think that was the handle.
So I think they're trying to. I think somebody got mad at them for referencing Fort Lowell,
Uh huh.
like the actual fort, not the street, because here he says or one of the girls says, "Isn't there anything in your books about Fort Lowell?" But later on, they're like, "Do you know anybody from Fort?" And it just has a hard cut, like a couple times. So it's like somebody was like, "You can't."
I didn't actually even notice that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, is there anything in your books about Fort Lowell? Get off my back, damn it.
Dude, this is the most this actor emotes. He's like, get off my back. God. I've read all the 2 books. I've read all the 2 books.
So then we cut to another naked girl.
Oh, yeah.
This is Richmond? Susie Richmond or something?
Doing what now?
It's the attractive young Hispanic woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Richmond.
And she's naked.
Woo.
And I'm pretty sure she used a pseudonym to be in this movie because she's credited as Elizabeth Jane. And I'm like, that's not a real name.
And Derrick was really looking.
I was trying to see if she had an only Facebook page.
Only Facebook. I was trying to see if she had an only Facebook page.
But yeah, she's reading in bed naked as you do.
Why not?
I do.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying as you do.
She's
I mean, I
actually
don't
in my
read.
pajamas. She's wearing my exact pajamas.
Underwear.
A black pair of underwear.
And her room fills with red lights. And that's when he appears. He's like, "You're Benjamin Richmond's daughter." And she's like,
I'm Frank's daughter, motherfucker.
I don't know who Benjamin Richmond is. Liar! And he chases her through the house and stabs
She gets
her.
like paralyzed or something.
She just gets scared.
She just freezes in front of the door. But then her face before he touches her, she just kind of like hypnotized.
I think that's bad. I want to say editing because that's not what happened in this movie at all.
Editing? No.
No. I think it was just a bad cut. Like, it was her getting stabbed before she got stabbed.
They do say it feels lovely at first.
I wouldn't know.
But then we have Vincent Lee talking about necromancy.
Necromancy.
Not
He does
necromancy.
Everybody knows it is necromancy.
Yeah.
Everybody. Necromancy.
But he's talking to Powell and he's like, "Look, in necromancy, if the magician who cast the spell is killed, then the spell is erased or whatever.
The demon is
A
summoned
spell is
back to
abolished.
Yuma.
I'm sure you'd like a less drastic solution."
Yeah.
I bet you'd like to keep your head.
Hey, spoiler alert. You don't.
He doesn't. I didn't even think about that. Foreshadowing.
So then we get Jane naked, finally.
Nice boobies.
Five
Great
boobs.
nipples.
5 pairs of boobs now.
5 pairs. Yeah, we haven't just seen
5 pairs of
separate
boobs in a pear tree.
Oh.
Oh, I guess it goes better with 5 golden rings, right? 5 pairs of boobs.
2 naked men.
You skipped a lot of numbers.
We did get 2 naked men, so
Yeah, that's fair. She's standing in front of a fog machine, and she has to do this ritual to follow his spirit back? I'm
Yep.
assuming it's so she can see the story, like
Yes.
the flashback we're about to get.
Yes, I think that's exactly
Oh.
what
She's
it
tuning
is,
in
'cause
Tokyo.
He needs to know what the curse was that he put on the descendants or the families.
I was wondering because
Okay.
nothing happened like when she got.
Yeah, she does the
possessed.
thing, and then they show a flashback, so that's probably it.
There we are.
But it's a flashback to the trial, and the people are testifying about it, and it shows like they went up to this Native American tribe.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 people, and just killed them all. And then there were some settlers who confronted him, and they're like, "Hey, I like that guy. He was my friend." And he's like, "Yeah, well, how about this? Kill your daughter, kill you."
Yeah, you're all dead.
And again, a lot of blood on all these people. Like,
It
that
was
is
fantastic.
the best work they did in this movie.
For sure.
Somebody really gave a shit about the fake blood.
Was it Savini?
Savini.
It
Do
was,
you think he got Savini?
he was having a bit of a rough week.
It was 1992.
He's like, "Dude,
Savini
Tom,
and Tucson.
Tom, I got you. I get you like a half ounce of Coke."
What did we just watch? Oh, Nothing But Trouble. Never mind.
No, but it's back.
That bag of Coke.
Oh, dude,
that's
that-
what Savini works for.
Woo! That's like a kilo of Coke.
I get paid by the gram.
For every ounce of blood, I need 1 gram of cocaine. Here's a bucket.
All right, so I'm gonna get under the table and blow on this thing so blood goes everywhere. We're gonna get so much Coke tonight.
A blow for blow.
Blow
Look,
for
I've
blow.
got these strippers coming over later. I've got this 5-gallon bucket of blood.
We
I'm
can go to
set, man.
TD's.
But that's when he's sentenced to hang by the neck until you are dead. Dead.
And I ask, has anybody ever said you can hang for 20 minutes and that is your punishment?
You will
if
hang
you die,
by your
you
neck
die.
for a while.
Yeah. Somebody had a loophole like, I'm still up here. I'm pretty badly injured, but I'm alive. I did my time.
Look, I've been hanging by my neck for quite a while.
I've been up here for 6 hours.
Oof.
Pulling a Jesus on us
Just
here.
gotta wait till they poop. Joke's on you. I would have pooped right away just to assert dominance.
Well, he must be dead. He pooped.
Ha gotcha.
I'm out of here. Pew! Jump through the wall.
Fucking
The
Looney
shape of
Tune.
you left behind.
That's all, folks.
But so they look up Parker. They find out the people that was in command of.
ADD moment.
With the Richmonds and the Quimbys and all the Papago, of course.
Uh-huh.
So they have to warn all of them. But instead of doing that, there's this tedious montage of them doing magical ceremonies, including playing pickup sticks.
Well, Powell is going to the library to find the
Not yet.
genealogy book. No, that's why they're
no,
doing
they,
it.
not
they do
yet.
all this first.
Because it's such a
Oh.
long,
Oh, that's right.
drawn-out montage, and then finally Pal's like, we've been at this for an hour. Like, this is the fate of a bunch of people on the line. You summoned a demon from Yuma, and it will not return. You need to, like, it's your personal responsibility. An hour is nothing. You get your ass out there, and you find that fucking dog. And then that's when Pal leaves.
That's right. You're right.
And they keep doing other stuff without him.
Yeah.
I do want to mention during the pickup sticks scene, like I don't know what he's doing. He's dumping sticks on the ground and trying to read how they
and
fall.
then exasperated.
But yeah, he just
throws
does
his
this
hands.
like, oh shucks,
Ugh.
shucksy dang darn.
It's after shucksy dang darn. It's after everything he does. Like, he's doing the cards and it comes up with one. He's like, ah, shucksy dang darn.
Shucksy dang darn.
You gotta do that in a Vincent Price voice.
Ah, shucksy dang darn.
It's infinitely better.
Infinitely.
I had to say it Vincently.
Instantly.
So this is where Powell goes to the Himmel Library, which I looked up and is
Treat
just
and
right
Speedway.
behind what the fuck was Scoops
Scoops, which
from
is
Can't Buy Me Love.
Los
Yeah,
Betos now.
which is
Yeah,
now
which is now Los
Betos.
Betos. So across the street from Casa Video. So hey, go to the Himmel Library and ask for Bob Bookman because he plays a security guard with a revolver.
He takes his books real seriously. Dude. How do you think he got the name Bookman?
Ooh.
Do
When
you think-
did Bookman's
Do you
open?
think Bookman's he changed his name to Bob Bookman because he opened Bookman's, or do you think his name was Bob Bookman? He's like, "We better open a bookstore."
I have nothing else in my life that makes more sense than me opening a bookstore.
exactly.
That's it.
But it is Bob Bookman.
Thank God I'm
so
not my friend, my next door neighbor, Troutman.
I'm gonna open a Trout Pro Shop. That's not gonna work. But I mean, so we've got a local celebrity.
Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely, man.
Celebrity. He's been on TV.
Yeah, I mean,
Bob
this
from
is
Bookman's
a
here.
Tucson personality.
Yeah, I did it totally wrong. I'm Bob from Bookman's. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's a little Ross Perot, but I like it.
I'm
Bob from Bookman. You can take the whore out of the whorehouse, but you can't put a book up her butt.
You can if you have enough money.
Money's not like toilet paper, scatters in the wind. We put a blow dryer on low. Ross Perot's insane. He makes up his own shit. I'm saying.
We're always paying top dollar for used books, music, and magazines. We buy videos, games, and video games.
All right, you weren't far off.
Bob from Bookman's. Now I can't do it because I can hear him.
He's got like a little nasally voice.
You can't do an impersonation of an elephant without knowing what your father's toes look like.
All right, Ross. We got a podcast to do. But
Well,
so
you can put me to bed when you put my dinner in the toaster.
You don't want to fight a kangaroo.
I will put Ross Perot to bed for now. Well, you can take them.
Oh, so Powell casts an invisibility spell on himself so this guy can't find him, and then runs
Starts to
as
masturbate.
noisily as dude. That's exactly. Jack was like, I would start to masturbate, and then you just see Powell's face, and he's like,
Well, I said it because he's kind of looking like that. But then after I said that, his eyes rolling back, and he's doing the oh mommy, oh mommy.
Could you
I'm gonna
imagine?
need a towel.
Standing there,
Bob
your
just
Bob
gets in the
Bookman.
face.
staring at books and then cum shot directly in your face.
Well, he was in the genealogy section.
Can't jizz in my face and tell me you're throwing snowballs.
Gosh darn dang it.
Gosh darn dang it.
Oh, shucky dang darn, guys.
That's what it was. Shucksy ding darn.
Oh,
Sucksy dang darn sounds like a fucking cartoon stripper that gives information to a cartoon cop. Did you go downtown and see Shucksy dang darn?
Maybe I got it from Cool World. I don't know.
That's the character that would be in Cool World.
Yes, it is.
So they go out to warn people. They see this. There's already cops at Richmond's house. They go to warn this guy, Quimby. Quimby is played by a guy named Roger Gentry, who I'm only going to mention because he's the guy who's been in other movies.
And what movie was that?
The guy. He was in at least 20 films, according to Letterboxd. And I was very shocked to find that I've seen 2 of them.
This being one of them.
This being one of them. And the other one, a movie from 1973 called Violated, with an exclamation point.
Violated!
Which is part of the Vinegar Syndrome Lost Films box, so like box set that they did. So they're films that were lost and didn't, like, that were presumed lost to never be found again. And they found a bunch of like old films in this warehouse and
I
restored them.
remember you telling me about that like a year or so ago.
One of the ones we watched was that Beware the Black Widow that you were watching with me when we were very drunk, and it had that catchy song, Beware, beware the Black Widow.
Wish you had video on that.
Right?
He was crooning right there.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, Dino here. Well, don't beware that old Black Widow.
But this is a movie called Violated, and he's not a main character. He's a cop. He's an uncredited cop, but it stars a woman named Renee Bond, who is a porn star of the era.
Yeah.
So,
Bond Edge.
He was also in a movie called Alice in Acid Land, The Black Gestapo, and The Thing with Two Heads.
Oh, The Thing with Two Heads. That's what we saw in this movie, right?
That's a movie where a white man has a black man's head attached to him.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Well, it was 1972.
Some people have a head attached to them.
He's also in a movie called The Wizard of Mars that I would watch based exclusively on the title. He's also in a movie called The Ramrodder.
Okay, now I'll talk about something I would watch based exclusively on the title.
But yeah, so he was in 20 movies, so good for him.
Good for him.
Good for someone.
They were mostly in the 70s, so this was after he had given up on movies and
moved to Tucson,
and this guy, Paul Clinco, was like, hey, you did some movies, right, pal? You want to be in my fucking movie or what?
That's a solid Clinco. I've never heard him talk, but that is such a good Clinco.
I believe that to be Clinco.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the voice of a hypnotherapist. If the guy was like,
getting sleepy. Run.
Exactly. The guy's like, all right, it's time for your hypnotherapy session, so close your eyes. You're going to fall asleep around me. I don't think I am, sir.
Nope, can't relax. I feel like you're waiting to take off my shoes.
Look, lay back on the couch, take off your pants. What? Relax. Just
Open
relax.
your mouth and say, aw.
I'd probably say the way Matthew McConaughey talks.
Oh, he could do it.
Yeah.
Especially when he says the word perfect. He's the actor that says perfect the second best.
Perfect.
That's the first. Old Clinco himself.
I don't know why Paul Clinco is fucking Peter Falk, but hey, it was the first voice that came to mind.
I can skip that part if you'd like.
Oh, you want me to skip the part with the boobs? Well, then I'm not telling you this story.
You might as well not watch.
But so this guy is Quimby is in his house cleaning his guns, as one does at 2 a.m.
Hey, that's Tucson.
I mean, I know what Jack does at 2 a.m.
That's Tucson.
That's a Tucson.
When you're high as an apple pie, cleaning your guns at 2 a.m.
That's a Tucson.
Sirens ring, meth bells ding. As they're running, ning.
That's your mailbox gone.
When your skinhead friend shows up for a satanic ritual.
That's a Tucson.
Oh, good God, this episode.
Hey, ADD, baby, it's fine.
I don't have to edit.
I'm not gonna.
It terrifies me. You're like, just release.
Hey, look, I'm sorry. This happens almost every time we watch one of these gobbledygookies.
I know,
like, just about every time, and Derrick's the one that has to deal with it.
And they always end up great.
All
They
right.
do.
They end up very fun.
You don't have fun watching, but you have fun talking.
There we go.
That should be the tagline on the front of the box. You won't have fun watching it, but you'll have fun talking about it afterwards.
Should be the tagline when I share this.
But so they're taken hostage by Quimby because they're weirdos, question mark.
Dude, you knock on my door and tell me some magic shit at 2 a.m. I'm taking you hostage.
Just shut the door and leave.
I like my plan better.
But this is when our union ghost shows back up and he sees Vincent Lee there.
Sarah, the wife, is in a robe with a thing in her hair, grossly eating chips out of this bag.
Wow, there's not many ways to eat chips out of a bag that aren't grossly if people are watching you.
I mean, like one chip
Just
at a time is
shoveling.
pretty decent.
Look, it was a midnight snack. She was
Who
hungry.
has the time? One chip at a time. Look at me having tea with the queen.
Raising my hand.
But so the ghost shows up. He sees Vincent Lee. He's like, Judge Graham. So we know. I guess we may have found out earlier. Oh,
Nope,
he said
this
something.
is-
No, he said something earlier about his grandpa or his great
Yeah.
grandpa
Yeah, he
being
does.
the judge. But so we know though that this guy is
That
like.
was at least an hour ago.
I don't know, dude. It happened.
No, just because of that montage. We know it was an hour ago.
Well, we do know he does say it before we get the genealogy book. That
Okay.
we do get that.
You know, this is a One Crazy Night movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
it is.
It is a crazy night.
It was one crazy night.
Do you think it was shot in one
Confederates
crazy
dressed
night?
up like Union
Maybe.
soldiers killing folk.
But so Quimby tries to shoot the ghost. He laughs in his face. And this is another cool one. And I was kind of looking to see how they did it. I couldn't quite figure it out, which is actually good. He stabs this guy Quimby, but like
Feet, 1
feet
foot off the air.
ground. No, both feet
Or
are
off
off
the-
the
yeah.
ground. And he's like hanging off,
Off
the
the
wall.
air.
I think he has something on his back, a strap on his back, and he's hung up on a hook. That's the only thing I
Maybe,
can
but you
explain.
don't see anything on his like no strap on the front. It is done
No.
really well.
It's like
for
he's got a shirt on, like a
tank top.
yeah.
but
so
it-
he probably has a harness under the shirt. Just
Because
like,
I was thinking like maybe they have something kind of close behind him and he's like standing on it a little bit or something, but his legs are dangling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool. It's well done for the
His
movie for a
belt
movie
is
that
on
cost
a hook.
$1,000 or whatever this cost.
It might not be a bad idea. Belt on a hook kind of thing.
Yeah, this guy
oh,
is
it was
bigger.
dope looking.
This guy is bigger than every other actor though, so they had to like 1, 2, 3. Huh!
Can you jump? Would you help us?
Well, they had him stand on a box, and then they're like, "All right, ready? I'm gonna take
See
this."
if these belt loops hold.
Don't get mad if you fall face first.
Good thing he had those Levi's.
Oh yeah, 501s.
Suspenders.
So Graham uses this talisman and like blasts him in the face, and then they leave, and they are stopped by the police and arrested and hard quote interrogated back at the police station because she is being so nice, even though she's talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think this old lady can be mean.
No, she's a Grammy. She's a Gram.
Yeah, she's a Graham.
Oh no, she questions Pal first, then she talks to Vincent Lee, and he tells her the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Well, that's about the biggest amount of bullshit I ever heard."
He's like, "Hold on, can I show you something? Can you just show me your pen?"
I like real quick that if she follows it up with, "Now tell me about your cult."
You want to see
Excuse me?
a big pile of shit. Get some coming down my way. I got a bit of a cult going too. All these pigs work for me. They shit when I want to. They ask for food. I ask for shit. It's a great cult.
I mean, it's not that different from a real cult, right?
You know, my favorite song is Cult of Personality. Those boys can wail.
A cult of personality.
Like Mussolini and Gandhi. I'm a total cult of personality. Ooh, it's zippy.
And just picturing this fucking old farmer singing that song, and it's great.
Wake me up before you go. That's another good one I like.
But she's asking about the cult because they have this symbol they drew on the door or whatever. And this is that meta moment because she's like, "It looks like something out of a low budget horror film." And then
You
stops and
bet
looks
it
at the camera.
Fourth wall broken.
But so then he draws this magical symbol and says some chants and rolls his eyes back in his head. And she just watches the whole time. And then she looks at it and goes, "You're right."
That
You're free to
explains
go.
everything.
Jedi mind trick on paper.
Yeah.
Jedi's just got it better because they don't have paper.
It's just a fucking they don't
No
have
paper.
Paper. It's just a drawing of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, you will let these people go.
He just drew Alec Guinness.
What are you working on over there? Hold on. This rune is almost done. It looks a lot like Sir Alec Guinness hiding on the Tatooine planet with 2 suns.
She just looks at it. These are not the droids I'm looking for. You're
Huh.
free to go.
Let him go.
He's like, well, I did it wrong, but it worked.
Results.
So they let them go, and they're like, we got to go clean up our fucking mess, right? So they go back to the mines. They strip down poor Mrs. Quimby.
They rip her fucking clothes off.
This poor woman is screaming and crying.
She
and they
just watched her husband get put into a wall
And
by
then
a
shoved
ghost.
into
by a ghost.
shoved into a station wagon.
Yeah, now stripped. I mean, now given this is a much finer robe, but permission would be nice.
She
Yeah.
still had a nightgown underneath. They really
No. They stripped her naked and put it on because afterwards she's sitting there. It looks like all the
Oh,
other
and then
girls where
just
the
given
robe
with
is
the
just
robe.
barely
Okay,
stopped
yeah,
by
yeah.
her nerps.
Ice him up.
I was saying like she had a nightgown under her robe.
Oh.
And they ripped all of that
Yeah,
off.
okay. I
of
thought
her.
you meant she still had one
No.
after they.
No. And then I forgot they put her in that gold robe or whatever.
Yeah, and then he's like, no, it's a very nice thing. It's for the ritual. You'll
You'll love
understand.
it.
You'll
You'll
love
love
it.
it.
And she's just
Trust
sitting there like,
me.
what? What is happening?
Just
Who
crawling
are
into
you?
a corner.
This
and
isn't
I'm
acting, by the way. They just grabbed a woman and
It's like
took her
her
in a
scream is so real.
Dude, she has the best scream.
She's the best actor in this movie.
Just fucking because
Yeah.
it's real.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say it's Vincent Lee because he is doing work on this this theatric over the topness of it all.
Yeah.
with necromancy. Trust the process. Like a food processor, a good one.
But they have to resummon Parker to complete the circle or something.
something circle side.
There's a quick cut back to the
Circumcised?
police station, and they bring in this guy they call a punk, and this looks like an 80s movie punk.
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
Like
dude.
just like something that nobody ever actually looked like unless you were in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Dude, wraparound 80s glasses, like very
Shaved on the
geometric.
sides, mullet, mohawk.
Yeah, mohawk.
Mohawk, yeah.
Mohawk.
It's a mohawk for
Mohawkland Drive.
sure. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was for me.
They say, what are you selling this time?
Yeah. And he's just, I mean, he's just standing there, and this cop just shakes him, and he's like, sit still!
Dude, he shook him like it was a 1950s movie and a dame was
Of
being,
hysteria.
was being hysterical. Hold still.
Calm down! Calm down!
Hold still.
It worked on my baby.
Quit shaking your neck like that.
Ouch.
But in the hustle and bustle here, the Lieutenant Alvarez gets stabbed by this ritual knife that apparently they kept. And
no, it was a
or was it just a letter
switchblade
opener?
from the punk.
Oh, was it? It looks.
yeah,
it
this
still
dumb
looks
cop's
pretty
like,
fancy.
Look what I found, and throws it, and it opens up and
Okay.
hits her finger, and she's like, "You know where this knife's been? If I get AIDS, it's your ass. You
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna curse this whole station, and we're gonna make fucking this movie Death Magic 2.
And her blood is
Curse
on
of
this
Alvarez.
rune.
There we go.
Yeah, her blood falls on the rune, and then she's like, "Wait a second, that was a bunch of horse shit."
Yeah, because it was supposed to last till the next morning.
Yeah,
It is the next morning though.
Well, like noon, I think. He said.
He
says
said
he's-
dawn.
Oh, well.
dead by dawn, but it's not dawn yet. So it is dawn when they when the police re-arrive. So there's a flashback to when he's getting hanged.
Mhm.
Thank you. Jack taught me that. Well, he didn't. I think I knew that, but he's corrected me a lot.
I've corrected you on that.
It's just the
I like saying hung.
it's the one that doesn't sound like proper English, but
Yeah.
is.
You get well hung when you get hanged.
Depends.
It stretches.
You get an erection.
Well, that doesn't mean you're well hung.
That's what.
Well hung means you have a big cock.
Yeah.
Cock.
Big quack.
Big cock.
Your cock gets bigger because it's flooding with blood.
And you
Clinco
shit your
here.
pants.
Yeah. That's why I said depends. That's how I'm going out.
But yeah, he swears by the teeth of Nagalon that they'll all pay. You'll pay. You'll pay. You'll pay.
By the teeth of Nagalon. What the hell is this fucking is Captain talking
Just
about?
Suddenly, this Civil War major is yelling Satan words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think we would have seen this coming as a troop, right?
I mean, I think I don't fucking
But
know.
they do. This is a good bit of editing that I appreciated, because they do. He's in the frame, and they make the sound of the gallows. He drops out, and you can see the camera cut because obviously your editing can't be that good with what they're doing. But then it cuts to this taut rope like very quickly. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, and then they cut below and it's his feet kicking and he's very clearly sitting on the side, but it's fine.
Like a little kid waiting to go in the pool.
Yep.
And then they cut back to him hanging there dead, and you know he's dead. Not because he shit himself,
No,
but because his tongue is hanging out like Stimpy.
because
That's
he shit
right.
himself. He didn't follow his pants, but he shit himself, and it's disgusting. So his tongue is out because he's gonna throw up.
We go back to the satanic ritual. Parker re-arrives, and then he cuts out Jane's intestines,
Yep.
which is also pretty sweet.
Wet balloons.
Yeah, ketchup covered balloons.
Yeah.
When it's first coming out of her, there's
Maybe
not
it's
blood.
pantyhose shoved with cotton or something.
No.
It looks a little too slimy.
Yeah.
But like when it's first coming out of her stomach, which this looks really good too. Like it's probably the same rubber torso they were using earlier. Now they just slit
Oh.
it lengthwise.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like it's coming out of her stomach and she's pulling out these intestines, but like there's no blood on it there. But when they show her dead on the ground, there's another 5 gallon like Home Depot bucket of
Yeah, there
blood
is.
Hey,
all
we
over.
we
her.
ran out of Coke for the night. Get another bucket of blood. We're gonna make him pay us.
That actually makes sense because when you first cut, the blood doesn't come out immediately. It
Not if you
takes-
let that steak rest a little bit.
That's myoglobin.
I love you. Now I want steak. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Powell and Vincent Lee have a little bit of a tussle, and Powell is like, "I control you, Ghost. I've not learned anything in this movie.
Yeah.
Kill him. Kill Graham."
Nobody controls me. Even the demons in hell are terrified of me.
Yeah,
they tremble when I walk around.
The older demons tremble when I walk by because they're old. You see, they are sick.
Mrs. Quimby is good, but I think Parker is probably the best like actor.
He's at least having fun with
And when
his
he
part.
does his evil laugh, it's a good evil laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
She has the best scream.
Yeah.
She's hands down the best scream.
But he's like, "I don't need your orders to kill him," and just slaps the shit out of this kid, which is great.
The best part is slapping him.
Yeah, it is.
Marissa tries to stab him with the sword.
Saying
he laughs in her face.
You can't. My love for Donald is stronger than your hatred for him. He cannot die with me still alive.
Well, if you say so,
I'll,
I accept your terms.
I'll give you what you wish for.
So he slices her, and she goes down and just like twitching like a
Twitches.
fish,
Has a seizure.
She is.
and just spitting blood everywhere. It's good stuff.
It is
Mhm.
great.
So Powell is the one who takes Mrs. Quimby hostage. That's what happens.
Yes.
And he's holding a knife to her or a sword to her as if either of these guys cares.
Mhm.
And
They've sacrificed all the chicks in their life that they knew.
Yeah.
You have no chance.
And Graham and Parker have a little bit of a fight. There's like a hand laser.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right. There is a
Gra-
hand
Yeah,
laser.
Vincent Lee shoots some lasers out of his hand.
Pocket sand.
I'm also sure at one point there was another laser right before this. I think it was Powell. I think he got a Harry Potter wand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
Did Powell and Graham like make amends to? No, they didn't. Never mind. But they
No.
are battling Parker together.
Yeah, they were fighting each other, and now but he's holding her hostage so that Parker won't, or that Graham won't attack him. I don't know. Graham basically is like, "Look, you summoned him, so you have to banish him," and cuts this dude's head clean
Right
the
off.
fuck off.
Right off.
Goodbye, Parker. And this head is 1,000% a sex doll head,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just sitting there with an open mouth.
gaping.
We need a fake head. Just get one of the prop guys like this. If you take all the hair and makeup off,
We
yeah.
can clean the makeup off.
Yeah,
we're
get rid of
filming
that-
it. We're filming this in my garage. I'll be right back.
Get all that white shit off of its face, and we'll be fine.
So let me
Wait,
get these.
are we still
crusty
using the
things.
black lights for this scene?
Crusties. Yeah. There's no black lights allowed in this set. I'm just saying.
Is red light okay?
We got naked chicks everywhere. I'm way too single for black lights in my life.
But there's so much fucking blood on his stump. Like it's spurting and squirting and
It's
spraying.
fantastic.
It is the most blood. All the
Mrs.
blood in the movie
Quimby
so far.
Is covered in blood.
Yeah, like this amount of blood coming out of his stump is equivalent to the rest of the blood in the movie.
This is a fireworks grand finale.
Yes, and I am definitely grateful for it.
God
And
bless
Parker
America.
takes Quimby hostage, and he's like, I'll get you next time, gadget, and like fades off with her. So poor Mrs. Quimby's in hell now.
Mrs. Quimby's life is ruined.
Is that what happened to her? I didn't know she disappeared.
Yeah,
Oh,
he disappeared and was
She's
still
gonna
holding
rule
her.
Yuma with him.
You will be my queen. We will rule over all you can see.
This is just Yuma.
But there's a prison and
Aw.
onions.
I can deal with onions.
Exclusively.
I know they grow a lot of onions out
What
that
are we
way.
What are we having for dinner? Onion soup.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you got cheese on it? Nope. I'm lactose intolerant.
I won't tolerate it.
So Vincent Lee backs out. Like they just show all the dead bodies, the carnage laying everywhere. He backs out carrying this fucking
Sword.
yeah. What am I thinking of?
Claymore.
Excalibur.
Claymore.
Oh.
That's the word I was trying to think of.
I know.
I was like, whatever sword the Highlanders run around with.
Why did I think a claymore was like the bomb that points?
It
one
also
way?
is.
Okay,
It is
thank
both.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Named after the big giant fucking sword.
Okay, well, Excalibur,
Excalibur, depending on the lore,
giant fucking sword.
it's a giant sword.
It might have been a claymore. I don't know.
You're a claymore.
I'm not an Arthurian expert.
Shouldn't be.
We should
It's-
ask Michael B. Michael
Shouldn't be.
B?
It's all made up.
We should ask Michael Bay. He knows all about
You shouldn't
Arthurian
listen.
stuff.
You shouldn't know that much about made up stuff, but you should listen to Han Took Shots first. Any chance you get.
That's all real. So he backs out of this mine. He's
Happened
aghast
a long
with
time ago.
he's aghast with horror as he sees all these dead bodies.
Well, because now he has no one to have sex with.
Fair. I'd be aghast with horror as well.
I'd make some new sex slaves. Yes.
And right behind him is Lieutenant Alvarez and the might of the Tucson police force.
Oh,
The whole
God.
7 of them.
They go full Tucson on him.
Yeah,
too.
they
Dude,
do.
They all unload in this dude with their guns.
Yeah.
Right after sex slave comments, I gotta clarify.
Yeah.
He
Get back
turns
up.
around with the claymore and with the sword, claymore, whatever, the sword, and they're like, "Ah, well, he's got a weapon." Bang, 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 bang.
He's headed right for us.
And then that's the end of the movie.
Yeah,
So
because
we're s-
magic kills everybody. We need to have that lesson of this. I almost said Hispanic panic, satanic panic.
That was a few years
That
earlier.
was Tucson as well, though.
That's like the 50s anti-marijuana laws, those kind of things.
Yeah, and then like 2015, and then
the
20
law that just
Today.
passed.
Yeah, the
yeah,
2025.
yeah. It's
but no,
still going.
this
now.
movie had to end with satanic panic bad, like magic bad,
yeah, but poor
summoning
Mrs.
ghosts
Quimby.
bad.
But it's funny because this guy being like a hypnotherapist, I'm assuming he also likes occult shit because that just seems to go together.
Right.
So he obviously likes this shit, but he also knew he's like, well, I'm making a movie about it. Bad stuff's got to happen.
Uh-huh.
So.
No one's gonna pick this up if I say the occult is good.
Yep.
But so the ghost is on the loose. The juice is loose.
We're
with
waiting
Mrs.
for our
Quimby.
Oh, he
sequel
did
any
say
day
he's
now.
gonna kill every Richmond, every Graham, and every
And then I think all their descendants as well, which I
Yeah.
guess they aren't having any.
He's just gonna wipe the bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey,
All right.
that's the end of the movie.
yeah.
Well, see ya.
So, go around the horn for recommendations. If this were something someone could actually get a hold of and view, would you recommend it, wife?
Honestly, I wouldn't believe it unless you actually watched it. This is one that I very much enjoyed with you guys. I have to have your caveats, dude. There was so much laughter, so much, what is happening? I did not hate this. I think if you were able to get a hold of this, definitely grab your friends, get some popcorn, and definitely some beers and smokes.
Ooh, popcorn. I was gonna be a no because it's so hard to watch, and I don't mean find it. I mean like it's.
It is a hard,
It's
the
hard to
graininess.
see. But talking with you guys about it, it's come back, like the enjoyment. The blood is great. A lot of these not stunts, but a lot of the effects isn't the right word either. A lot of the kills
They're effectish.
are
The
really
practical
good,
effects.
and I've just had more fun talking than watching.
Definitely.
So it's a softest recommend if you could find it. Do not spend $28
No,
on this.
do not.
Do it.
Do
Don't.
not.
I will say, I think if we hadn't been watching this for the podcast, so trying to pay a little bit more attention, you guys probably would have had a more fun time because, like you said, sitting around telling jokes, having a good time. But normally in that situation, when it's something this stupid, you're not paying full attention either.
Yeah.
And we are trying to pay attention so we can relay this to the listeners.
Point out certain things.
Yeah.
I do like these kind of movies. I think they're fun. There was an era that none of us will probably remember because we didn't even have a lot of mom and pop video stores in Tucson. There was one on Camino Seco-ish area that I can remember.
that your parents went to, right?
Yeah, that I used to go to with my parents. But like video store shelves in the late 80s, like after the video boom,
Blockbuster.
like before Blockbuster, like mom and pop video stores, they wanted to fill those shelves.
Yeah.
And that was when video stores had 1, 2, 3 copies maybe of a movie. So there was a lot of shot on video movies, especially horror, that came from that.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And so this is part of that, and I think that it's a cool part of like movie history, whatever. It is stupid as fuck, but it's entertaining. The blood is really good. There's a lot of boobs. A lot of boobs.
What do we say? 6? 5?
Yeah. Anyway, lots of boobs.
5.5.
Because you get some cleavage shots.
Mm-hmm.
But that, I mean, you know, that's not for everybody. So that's not necessarily the selling point,
Sorry.
but there are a lot of boobs.
Your
There's a
girl's
lot
pervert.
of blood. If you're into a movie with a lot of blood, you're probably into a movie with a lot of boobs. Let me just put it that way.
If you're anything like me,
There's a Venn diagram out there of that.
It's a soft recommend. I think it's worth watching. It is hard to go and spend $28 on a Blu-ray, but you might be able to find it on eBay for cheaper because people have bought it. I mean, it was available through Vinegar Syndrome. It's available still through Culture Shock releasing. So
Yeah.
and
It's
again,
out
if
there.
you know us, fucking ask us.
I let Serge borrow it.
There you go.
He enjoyed it.
I bet he did. This is right up his alley. dude.
Yeah, it is.
So next week, we're done with Arizona month now. Arizona's over.
We love you, Arizona. Happy birthday.
Arizona's over.
I mean, based on this last election. But next week, we will be getting out of Arizona and traveling to Vulcanvania, Pennsylvania. Or Vulcanvania, New Jersey, probably.
Yeah.
Get,
I don't think they got all the way to Pennsylvania.
get a trash bag ready.
Yeah, we're watching Nothing But Trouble.
You know you're gonna
Written
love
by,
it.
directed by, produced by, and starring
And
Dan,
starring.
Dan Aykroyd and Dan Aykroyd.
And Dan Aykroyd.
And Chevy Chase. And Demi Moore.
Demi
John
Moore's legs are
Candy.
there.
Ooh, Fausto. Who plays Fausto?
Oh,
Taylor
Taylor Negron.
Negron.
There you go.
I was like, I know this name. Why am I blanking? But that's next week's episode. And as I'm starting to do now, I started it on next week's episode, which we already recorded. But I'm going to start telling you guys where to watch next week's movie at the end of this episode so you can watch it beforehand. Nothing But Trouble, if you would like to watch it, is available to rent on Amazon for $4.29 and to buy for $13.59. If you're going to watch it, I'd rent it and see where you go from there. You can also buy a Shout Factory Blu-ray like I did for $19. I didn't pay $19. I got it on sale. So watch for sales if you really want it. Don't forget we have a Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople. It's only $3 a month. $3 a month.
You get so much more extra
Content.
content.
Cocktent.
Content. You get extra content.
That's where you go with me. Put a tent out, take your cock out.
You get so much more extra content.
This month's bonus episode on our mental health feed is Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man
Dude,
with Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson.
First time watchers on both Derrick and Whitney.
Yes. And I fell
So-
in love.
It was a
Tune
listener
in.
request from Tanker Tom. And
Thank you,
I thank
Tanker
you
Tom.
because it was awesome. You're also going to get the new episode of Latchkey Vids, which this month we are talking about Cop Rock episode 3, Happy Mother's Day,
Woo!
which
Latchkey
involves a plot
Vids.
line about how ugly the mayor is.
Oh God, she is so she is the
Hideous.
Wicked Witch of the West meets a Munchkin meets there's something else in there.
Like a Ghostbusters character.
Gargoyle? I
Oh,
don't
the
know.
librarian from the beginning of
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Oh.
And we are recording these in advance, which I think we've mentioned, but
His husband and I went on a cruise.
yes, we are out of town as this episode is coming out. So we're recording these in advance. So I just want to say rest in pictures to David Lynch and Bob Uecker.
God, seriously, golf clap?
Golf clap.
They both passed away just before we recorded this episode, like a few days before. And peek into the future, next month's mental health episode will be Major League, even though it's made in Arizona, and we were going to save it for that. But Bob Uecker's passing.
Bob Uecker, dude.
We're talking about that. Of course, I have to thank Evasion for providing our opening and closing music. I've been Derrick.
I'm still married to him.
I'm Jack.
by the tongue of Azeroth and
Well done.
boobs.
Boobies.